Shaving your pubic hair might seem like a simple grooming choice, but it actually reveals fascinating things about your psychology and social behavior. Throughout history, grooming habits, including pubic hair removal, have evolved across different societies. In today's world, especially among younger generations, shaving or trimming has become almost a norm. But beyond looks and hygiene, what does frequent pubic grooming truly say about you? A reflection of body awareness and self-image. People who groom often tend to be more conscious of their bodies and how others perceive them. Psychological research suggests that regular grooming can reflect a desire to feel clean, confident, and attractive. It's not just about hygiene, it's often tied to body image and self-esteem. A study in the Journal of Sexual Medicine found that many people, especially women, groom more often when they anticipate intimacy. In other words, grooming can boost a sense of readiness, self-control, and sexual confidence. The influence of culture and modern media, from ads to movies to adult content, constantly promotes smooth, hair-free bodies as the ideal. This widespread imagery shapes how people think about attractiveness. As a result, frequent grooming can sometimes be a subconscious response to cultural pressure. Those who regularly shave might be more sensitive to external standards or societal approval. While that doesn't make it wrong, it shows how our personal choices are often influenced by broader beauty norms. Personality traits and grooming behavior psychologists have found interesting links between grooming and personality. People high in traits like conscientiousness and attention to detail tend to groom more consistently. For some, it's about cleanliness or order. For others, grooming is tied to anxiety, helping them feel more in control in vulnerable situations. Studies also show that those who groom frequently are often more open-minded and sexually adventurous, suggesting a connection between grooming habits and comfort with one's sexuality. 4. Grooming as ritual, control, and self-expression. For many people, grooming is more than maintenance. It's a personal ritual. It can serve as an act of self-care, helping them feel refreshed, confident, or in control. In some cases, it's a way to express identity, aligning with gender, culture, or personal style. This act of grooming becomes symbolic, a moment of order and empowerment in an otherwise chaotic world. Conclusion: shaving your pubic hair doesn't just change your appearance, it reflects much deeper layers of psychology. From body confidence and cultural influence to personality traits and self-expression, this small act reveals how interconnected our minds and behaviors truly are. In the end, grooming is not just about looks. It's a reflection of who we are and how we choose to present ourselves to the world. Part 2. The hidden psychology behind pubic grooming habits. While grooming choices might appear purely personal, psychology shows that they often connect to much deeper emotional patterns and social behaviors. 5. The link between grooming and emotional regulation. Many people use grooming as a subtle way to manage emotions. When life feels stressful or out of control, small acts like shaving can bring a sense of calm or renewal. It becomes a routine that helps create order, a personal reset button. Psychologists refer to this as behavioral regulation, where simple habits help manage anxiety or stress. So for some, grooming isn't vanity. It's therapy in disguise. Grooming and sexual communication. Frequent shaving or trimming can also act as a silent form of communication in relationships. It might signal readiness, confidence, or a desire to please a partner. In psychology, this falls under nonverbal intimacy cues, behaviors that express attraction or emotional connection without words. Couples often develop grooming patterns that align with their relationship dynamics, showing how something as private as grooming can subtly reflect emotional closeness or distance. 7. Gender differences and expectations. Although both men and women groom, the social meaning can differ. For women, it's often linked to societal expectations of beauty and cleanliness. For men, especially in recent years, it's been tied to ideas of fitness, masculinity, and sexual appeal. These cultural double standards influence how individuals view themselves, sometimes leading to pressure but also creating new expressions of confidence and self-care. The role of self-esteem and confidence research consistently shows that people who groom regularly tend to report higher levels of body satisfaction. That doesn't mean grooming creates confidence, but it can reinforce it. When someone feels good about their appearance, their brain releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical. This reward loop encourages repetition, making grooming both a psychological and emotional habit. 9. Social belonging and identity signaling. Humans are social beings, and much of what we do signals group belonging, even unconsciously. Grooming can be one of those social signals, whether it's aligning with modern beauty trends or expressing independence through personal style. Our grooming choices often say, "This is who I am, and this is the world I belong to." It's a form of identity language written not in words, but in behavior. Conclusion. The psychology of pubic grooming runs deeper than surface-level appearance. It's about how we navigate confidence, emotion, and identity in a society that constantly shapes how we see ourselves. So the next time you groom, remember, you're not just changing your body. You're expressing your mindset, your mood, and your place in the social world around you. Part 3. What your grooming habits reveal about attraction and personality when it comes to grooming, especially in intimate areas. People often fall into two groups, those who groom regularly and those who prefer to keep things natural. Psychologists say both choices reflect unique personality traits, comfort levels, and even views about intimacy. Key. Regular groomers. The psychology of precision and control. People who maintain a consistent grooming routine often value structure, control, and presentation. They tend to focus on how they're perceived by others and may feel more confident when they believe they look their best. This doesn't always come from insecurity. It's often about empowerment. Research suggests that regular groomers are more likely to associate grooming with confidence, self-discipline, and sexual readiness. They may also enjoy the sense of control it gives over their appearance, reinforcing feelings of order and balance. Minimal or non-groomers. Comfort, confidence, and authenticity. On the other hand, those who choose not to groom frequently often score higher in authenticity and body acceptance. They tend to prioritize naturalness, comfort, and self-acceptance over external validation. For some, it's a quiet act of rebellion against unrealistic beauty standards. Their confidence doesn't come from conforming. It comes from feeling comfortable in their own skin. Psychologically, this reflects intrinsic confidence, a self-assurance that isn't dependent on others' opinions. Grooming and attraction. The psychology of preference studies in social psychology show that attraction is deeply subjective. Some people associate grooming with hygiene, freshness, and sexual confidence, traits they find appealing. Others view naturalness as a sign of authenticity, comfort, and openness. In both cases, grooming or not grooming communicates subtle cues about personality, values, and emotional availability. It's less about what's right or wrong, and more about compatibility, the psychological alignment between partners. Psychological perception. What grooming signals to others, grooming choices can influence how people are subconsciously perceived. For example, individuals who groom regularly might be viewed as detail-oriented, disciplined, or image-conscious. Meanwhile, those who don't might be seen as confident, relaxed, or genuine. These perceptions may not always be accurate, but they play a powerful role in social and romantic interactions. In essence, grooming is part of the nonverbal language we use to express who we are. The balance between authenticity and social influence. Ultimately, grooming is about balance between feeling authentic and fitting into social expectations. Those who groom to please themselves tend to experience higher satisfaction and lower stress. But when grooming becomes a pressure driven by fear of judgment, it can impact self-esteem negatively. The healthiest mindset is to view grooming as your choice, a reflection of comfort, confidence, and identity, not obligation. Conclusion: whether you groom often or prefer to stay natural, the psychology behind your choice runs deeper than style or hygiene. It mirrors your comfort with control, your relationship with self-image, and your sense of belonging in society. There's no universal right way, only what makes you feel confident, authentic, and aligned with who you truly are. Part 4. The evolutionary psychology of pubic hair and grooming behavior, to truly understand why humans even have pubic hair, and why so many choose to remove it. We have to look deeper into evolution, biology, and the psychology of attraction. 15. Evolutionary purpose. Why humans developed pubic hair. From an evolutionary standpoint, pubic hair isn't random. It plays several roles, including protecting sensitive skin, reducing friction during movement or intimacy, and even signaling sexual maturity. In early human evolution, body hair also trapped pheromones, subtle chemical signals that can influence attraction. So, pubic hair once acted as both protection and a biological communication tool.